Good, good. I'm eager for your question. Yes, what was the question? Parameters, yes.
No, not the parameters, the general part.
The
The general part of the model.
okay, okay, the main.
Yeah, the main, exactly the main active object.
Yes,
That,
yes, yes.
I was wondering what was that.
Okay, so the main within any logic, and I'll try to pull up this model so we can see it here. Within any logic, we have our model characterized into a set of features or a set of components. Okay, there's three fundamental type of components that it'll be worth you talking about right now. One of those components is an agent type of class. Okay, and that could be one type of agent, or there could be multiple types of agents. There might be deer and people, or there might be people in neighborhoods, or people in city, or whatever. So that's one type, but there's a second type, which is sort of what's commonly called the main class. It's a it's a class that basically represents it represents the stage on which they circulate. Okay, it's sort of the overall environment associated with the model, and it captures one or more populations of agents. And for most models, we're going to be dealing with just a single main class. So when the model runs, that class is kind of responsible for keeping track of these different populations of agents, keeping track of their environment, and otherwise letting them circulate. And so when we have a population of agents, we add that to the main class, because that's kind of the global environment that they live in, the global structure in which they circulate. It's the world, you can think of it as representing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I couldn't find out the other option was person.
Okay, so person is here in agent class, and the many particular persons. There's one person class. The notion of class might be new to people here, but the idea is that a class is like a mold, and like suppose you have a mold or a cookie cutter, right? You make many particular cookies with that cookie cutter. Similarly, agent class, person class makes many particular people. Main has only one. There's one single global structure that's kind of the world at one time. There's one world, and then there's many agents in the world. And this main has in it, if you go over here, see this is a population of people that's inside this world. And this population of people is composed of the person, people within the person class. See, it says person here. So here, main sort of keeps track of people. It also keeps track of the total number of people infected in the whole population, or the number of people recovered, the size of the total population. So it keeps track of things that are true across the whole population. So it's a global structure. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay. By the way, the third type of thing we have here is what? It's an experiment. It's a scenario that we run. So main and person here collectively define the model. And these experiments run main with different assumptions. These are scenarios. They sort of they posit different things in the form of assumptions, say in the form of recovery time. This one called slow recovery assumes the recovery, duration, the infection is of duration 30. This other one assumes duration 15. So these are different assumptions, and they run the model. But main keeps track of the population of people, as well as information about the population of people. And in general, there could be multiple populations of people, and they'd all live in Maine. Maine is sort of the global environment, the global structure in which they live. And you normally use an environment, like a spatial environment or a topological environment, so that's a network, or more than one of those. Okay? So, great question. Other questions? Yes, yes, please.
Now, with that, what we do the event LinkedIn,
Yes.
so that we might do the same thing
Oh, events.
yeah,
How you do events. So, great question. This, maybe I will, just so I have a nugget